Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anytime you might be watching this video. So on our today's episode of Meet with the Therapist, what we're talking about today is ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So what is ADHD? ADHD I meant. So attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It is a neurodevelopmental disorder that is characterized by symptoms of inattention, sustainability, or maintaining, maintaining focus in the aspect of following instruction, or obeying a particular rule or completing a task. We also have hyperactivity. I will talk of, first I mentioned of inattention, difficulty, inattention difficulty, sustainability. Then the other one is hyperactivity, on where we talk of restlessness, unnecessary fidgeting, you know, excessive fidgeting, restlessness, and impulsivity. So, and ADHD, that's attention deficit hyperactive disorder, it can affect anybody. It can affect both children, it can affect adults, and the impact can vary widely. How we react to certain things differs. So how a particular person, how the ADHD can impact each person's varies. Actually, when I made certain research about it, I found out that there is actually no cure for it. There is no cure. Like, there is no definite cure actually, but there are treatments. There are treatment processes that can help. There are treatment processes that can help you know manage it and maintain it. Where we have there are medications. There are medications that can be used, and there are therapies, and there are also lifestyle. When you know that when somebody change a lifestyle or change, like, move to another environment, some of these symptoms can actually reduce. You understand? And I made findings on types of ADHD. I found out that there are three types. Where we have the predominantly inattentive type. This We have the predominantly inattentive type. We have the predominantly hyperactive impulsive type. Predominantly inattentive type, predominantly hyperactive impulsive type, and we have the combined type. Now let's break them down. When we talk of the predominant inattentive type, that's this one's their main symptoms is inattention. They are not focused. They have problems. They have issues in sustaining. They have difficulties in maintaining focus, following instructions, and completing certain tasks. When we have the predominantly hyperactive impulsive type, these ones, they mostly display symptoms of hyperactive and impulsivity. Hyperactive, they are always excessive fidgeting, and they're always restless. They're just always fidgeting, and they tend to be very, very restless. Then we have the combined type. When we talk of the combined type symptoms, the combined type is a combination of inattention. The combined type is a combination of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. That shows an individual has that three, and imagine how bad it can be to have the same three symptoms. Even an individual just having predominantly attention type, an individual just having predominantly inattentive type, there is always that loses focus, doesn't maintain focus, has difficulties in completing tasks, have difficulties in following instruction. Imagine how difficult that can be. Not to talk of now having the three together, having difficulties in maintaining focus and following instruction, always excessive fidgeting, always restless. Now have the two together. You see how severe it can actually be. But when I tried, and I tried looking for the causes, of attention deficit disorder. But my research shows that there is no definite cause for it. There is no research hasn't really discovered what's actually is the main cause. We are still yet to understand the main cause. But some of what we discovered is that there is an interplay. It can be caused by an interplay of genetics. This issue of genetics is very, very, very is a very, very, very common cause of some certain disorders among people. We talk of genetics. We talk of the environment. The environment we grow into causes some of all these disorders for us. And we have the neurobiological factors. The neurobiological factors. When we talk of genetics, we know ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, it can run in a family. And in the sense that when something runs in a family, it is definitely, it is their high tendency is that it is hereditary, especially when the gene of the family is very strong. So it tends to be very, very hereditary. We also have the prenatal and perinatal causes. Yes, prenatal and perinatal causes. Prenatal causes before birth. Before birth. Now when we talk of prenatal, now when the mother, maternal smoking during pregnancy, when the mother is smoking during pregnancy, that's why as a mother, we need to be very, very careful of the substance what we take during pregnancy, because this thing eventually have adverse effect on our children. The innocent children that don't even know anything, then they start suffering from things that make them start feeling inferior, that make them have this low self-esteem. So as mothers, please, let's note, always watch whatever we're taking, our intake, because of our babies. Whatever we're taking is also what the baby inside the womb is also taking. So imagine smoking during birth, and eventually the child comes out to be having ADHD. Then some parents even go extra mile shouting at the child, yelling at the child, or like it's the child's fault. Some of these things are even caused by the parents themselves. So we also have under that prenatal and perinatal factors, we have maternal smoking during pregnancy. We also have premature births. Perinatal causes is during birth. So we have premature birth. When a child is born premature birth, when the child is born 7 months, 6 months, you know that child is premature yet. Some certain part of the brain and all has not developed very well. So these things itself can cause ADHD, premature birth. We also have low birth weights. When a child is being born with a low birth weight, that's why parents, let's be mothers in particular, let's be very, very watchful of our intakes. When a child is born with low birth weight, such a child too is likely to develop ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Then we have exposure to toxins. Exposure to them exposures to poisonous substance, like all these lead, all these strong poisonous substance that can affect an individual. So when you are being exposed to them, it can also cause ADHD. Then you have environmental factors. Yes, it's also more like the exposure to toxins. Environmental factors, when we are exposure to lead, pesticide or other toxin substance, it can actually cause ADHD. We also have nutritional deficiency. Not eating well, not eating the appropriate food to be eaten can also cause that. We also have sleep deprivation. When you deprive yourself from sleep, we all know that nature cannot just be cheated. Once you deprive yourself from sleep, you will definitely be restless. I don't want to know. That's why when that nature calls, even if it's just for 5 minutes, you will be balanced back. But you're not just sleeping, that person is definitely going to be restless. That person just be fidgeting unnecessarily. So when you deprive yourself from sleep too, it can also cause you to be hyperactive unnecessarily. It can cause you to lose focus. That's also part of it. We also have stress and trauma. Yeah, an individual with a traumatic experience will definitely be restless. Especially when the thing just pops up again. That restlessness will set in again. That hyperactivity will be setting again. So stress too. We should try to limit our stress. Whatever causes stress to us, let's reduce it. Any stressors activity, let's reduce it. Stress, when you are too stressed and you're tensed, it will definitely make you restless, and it will definitely make you hyperactive unnecessarily, and to make you fidget, unnecessary fidgeting. We also have sleep disorder, we have anxiety, we have depression, we have neurodevelopmental disorder. We have when like a child that has autism. Yes, perfect example, autism disorder. the child is definitely going to be restless. The child is going to be hyperactive. A child that has autism will be restless. Autism mean they can't speak well, they can't hear well, so that child will definitely be restless. And it's really make them below their peers. It's not like they can't even amount to what their peers are doing. But it's not really their fault. It's the disorder that they have already within them. Also, and it's not important. It's also very very important to note that actually ADHD it's not really caused by poor parenting. It can be it's our parents can actually cause some of it, like our mothers, especially for when the causes I listed about the prenatal and perinatal causes where the mother is smoking, taking alcohol and all during pregnancy. But actually it's also very important to note that it is not really the cause of the parents. Poor parenting cannot cause it. Poor parenting cannot cause it. Too much screen time can also cause it. It's not caused by too much screen time, although it might, too much screen time too might want to, um exacerbate the symptoms, but it's not actually caused by too much screen time. And it's not really caused by sugar consumption. Because when I tried checking, I was seeing something like sugar consumption and different online this thing, but it's not really caused by sugar consumption. It was when I read the textbook I actually find this. It's not really caused by sugar consumption too. But though it is, though maintaining a healthy diet is very very important, because I made mention of poor nutrition. Poor nutrition as part of what causes nutritional deficiencies, as part of what causes it too. Sugar consumption is not a part, but it is also very necessary to maintain a healthy diet. So like I said, ADHD does not have a definite cure, but it can be managed with treatment, therapies, and change of lifestyle. So we have medications. It can be managed by medications. We have stimulants and non-stimulants that can help regulate the symptoms. We have those drugs, those medications that can help um regulate the symptoms. And we have therapies. We have behavioral therapies. Remember, we have one of our theories. We have the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and we have the behavioral modification. We have the behavioral modification too. Behavioral modification, whereby you cannot change that behavior. Well, in counseling theories, when we talk of behavior modification, you cannot change the person's behavior. You can just help modify the behavior. When we talk of modify, to some extent, help restructure. It cannot be totally changed, but you help manage, you help modify that behavior, so that it can fit in to the standard of what that person wants. Do you understand? And have social skill training. Yes, we teach them some necessary social skills, how they can adapt when they get to a gathering, how they can flow with people without fidgeting unnecessarily, without losing focus, without losing balance, with always maintaining full focus. So we teach them those basic social skills training. And we also have we have regular exercise and physical activities. Yes, engaging in regular exercise. Exercise helps a lot. All these physical activities, they help a lot. They help release tension. If you're tensed and you do exercise, trust me, believe me or not, you will be calm. So somebody with attention deficit disorder, hyperactive disorder, if you take exercise and all these physical activities, you will definitely, it will reduce those stressors and you'll be calm. So we have balanced diet and nutrition. I said that already. I'm talking of how to solve, like, solutions, how to treatment for ADHD. I said it does not have a definite cure. It can just be managed and treated to some points, but it cannot be definitely cured. So maintaining a healthy balanced diet and nutrition too would help a lot. And sufficient sleep and stress management. Anybody with, if you know as an individual that you have ADHD, please learn to take sufficient sleep. Learn to take sufficient and learn to manage stressors. Do not let anything stress you. If you're stressed already, this thing will definitely come out back. You will definitely be fidgeting unnecessarily. You definitely lose focus. You definitely lose attention. So learn to take enough sleep and learn to manage stressors. Then we have practicing mindfulness and meditation. Practice mindful techniques. Yeah, I can do this. I'm talking mindful. I can do this. Meditation. I can do this. I'm brave. I'm strong. Yeah, I'm better. I can do this. Yeah, I can sail through. Yeah, I can be what I want to be. These are mindful techniques, and they would help you. They would really help you. Being positive. I can do this. This thing will never hold me down. This thing will never be a setback for me. Words like that, meditations like that, meditations like that, they will definitely help you. It is also very, very important that ADHD it's a chronic condition. It's a chronic condition. Meaning that it's a very, like I said, ADHD is a chronic condition. Meaning that it is ongoing, and it may require a long time treatment. That's just it may require a long time management. That's just the truth about it. United, it does not have a definite cure. So it is ongoing. It's just ongoing, and it may have to require long time management. You having to treat it over time. You having to manage it over time. And also it's also very, very important to understand that each individual's response to treatment varies. You know, we have different personalities, we have different individuals. So how we respond to stimulus, how we respond to the treatment really, really differs. So it might really take time for some people to find it might take time for some people to find the right combination or the right treatment that works for them. All these things I've said so far, all these treatment methods I talk of, medications, therapies, stress management, enough sleep, food, nutrition, balanced diet, and all that I've mentioned, it might not work for some people. So it takes a long period of time for some people to understand their own perfect combination, for some people to understand their right combinations. So, and some people may experience residual symptoms even with treatment. Yes, the symptoms might still just be there even if they've treated it all over and over again. That's because it's a very, very chronic symptoms. Some people may still experience that symptoms over time even with treatment, but do not panic. Just keep following all this. Keep following all this. Sooner or later, just make sure that you're not tensed. Just be calm. You would get used to it, and it will work out for you eventually. It will work out for you eventually. Just do not be tensed. Do not be tensed. And what the goal of this treatment, the goal of all these treatments is to do what? Is to reduce the symptoms. Like I said, it cannot be cleared. It cannot be cured. But one of the goal of like the treatment, the therapies, the sleep management is to just reduce the symptoms. Is to reduce the symptoms. Then it's also to improve our functionings. Improve our functionings for us to be able to function effectively. If an individual with ADHD can be feeling inferior, because feel like, especially when you go to talk in a crowd and you're fidgeting, you're filled with fear. You can be very, very inferior, that no, I don't want to do this. If I go there again, I'll definitely be fearful again. So one of our goals is to reduce the symptoms and to improve functions, to improve functioning, so that I can also be able to function well in anywhere we find ourselves. Even with you having ADHD, you're able to function anywhere. That when you even eventually enact a conversation and you're like, I have ADHD, I'm like, you have ADHD and you're still this brave and you're still this. And the last one is to enhance good quality of life. To enhance quality of life. Also, our function is to enhance quality of life, to make sure that, not minding the fact that you have ADHD, you can live well, you can do well wherever you find yourself, to enhance quality of life. Our goal, the three major goal of treatment for ADHD is to reduce the symptoms, because I said this cannot be cured. To help reduce the symptoms, to improve functioning, so that we can function in anywhere we find ourselves, and to enhance quality of life, to enhance good quality of life. Thank you for joining us on the show today. Nice to meet you. Nice to do this with you guys. Looking forward to another show with you. Bye.